Hi, this is Sheetal Sahib. Today we are going to talk about the introduction to HR. In this curriculum, we'll be focusing on interviews and job roles. Our first module would be covering introduction to HR, importance of HR in business, key HR skills, communication, empathy, and ethics. We are going to cover all these topics in the introduction to HR. Coming to the slide one, importance of HR in business. Strategic partners in achieving business goals. HR aligns human capital's strategies with overall business objectives to drive success. Talent acquisitions and retentions. HR identifies, attracts, and retains the right talent to maintain a competitive advantage. Employees' engagement and satisfaction. HR fosters a culture where employees feel valued, increasing motivation and productivity. Training and development for workforce productivity. HR ensures employees receiving necessary training to grow professionally and stay effective. Conflict resolutions and legal compliance. HR manages disputes fairly and ensures the organization adheres to labor laws. Fostering a positive work culture, HR builds an inclusive, respectful, and motivating environment for all employees. Now, talking about importance of HR in business. The first point, strategic partner in achieving business goals. HR aligns human capital strategies with overall business objectives to drive success. Total acquisition and retention, that means strategic partners in achieving business goals. HR aligns human capital's strategies with overall business objectives to drive success. They get into this driving success. Identification of human capital strategies and overall business objectives is the main drive of HR, where they are talking about strategies and achieving the business goals. Second would be talent acquisition and retention. HR identifies and attracts and retains the right talent to maintain a competitive advantage. That means it's the duty of the HR to identify and attract plus retain the right talent to maintain a competitive advantage. That is for sure, because it is the HR who has to focus on taking talent into the companies, so it is their prime concern to identify and attract and retain the right talent to maintain a competitive advantage. Employee engagement and satisfaction. HR fosters a culture where employees feel valued, increasing motivation and productivity. It's the duty of an HR to foster a culture where employees feel valued. Most of the companies, what is the main strategy? The main strategy of the HR is to make the employee feel valued. Unless and until the employee is feeling valued, he's not going to give his 100% to the company. His work ethics, his morals, his way of working is not going to be compatible, wherein the HR would be losing grip on it, and the culture which the employees have to adhere will be valued, increasing motivation and productivity. It's the prime concern of the HR to increase motivation, and after increasing the motivation, productivity automatically increases. How? Talking about this, we can describe it in this way, that increasing motivation means HR should be motivating the employees through various manners. Let that be appraisals, let that be some perks or anything, with which the motivation keeps in growing in the employees, and they keep in putting hard work and efficiently growing on the productivity. Training and development for workforce productivity. Now, what does this point include? This point includes that HR ensures that employees receive necessary trainings to grow professionally and stay effective. Anybody who joins any company has an XYZ expertise in that particular field, but it is the prime concern of the HR. If the HR is into the development and workforce productivity, the employees are going to take various trainings which are going to help them grow professionally and stay effective as far as their work atmosphere is concerned. Conflict resolution and legal compliance. HR should be managing every conflict very smoothly, and legal compliances should be known to the HR. That means HR manages disputes fairly and ensures the organization adheres to labor law. The employee should be aware that HR is going to put in his 100% efforts into grooming and growing his personality into the productivity of the company. The HR should be able to manage the dispute of every employee, and he should be aware of ensuring the organization adheres to the labor's law. Fostering a positive work culture means HR builds an inclusive, respectful, and motivating environment for all employees. That means it's the duty of the HR to foster a positive work culture in the employees, so that the respectful motivation environment for all employees increases and the employees feel respectful towards the HR. That means the overall importance of HR in business is the strategy, the talent, the engagement, satisfaction, the training and development part, the conflict resolution part, the legal compliance, and fostering a positive work culture. This should be the importance of HR in business. We talked about 6 bullets in this particular slide, where we talked about strategies which the HR uses as far as the partner in achieving business goals is concerned, talent acquisition and retentions are concerned, employee engagement and satisfaction is concerned, training and development for workforce productivity is concerned, conflict resolution and legal compliance is concerned, and at the same time fostering a positive work culture in the company is concerned. Coming to the next slide, we will be talking about the key HR skills. What are the key HR skills which are included in this particular area? Strong communication skill plays a very major role. Empathy and emotional intelligence again is very important. Ethical decision making is important. Problem solving abilities is another factor which needs to be implemented in the key HR skills. Teamwork and collaboration, and organizational and planning skills. Now, talking about the first one, strong communication skills. What do we mean by this strong communication skills? We mean that effective exchange of information is essential for conveying policies and resolving issues. HR should be compatible in effective exchange of communication. The language, the mode of communication should be very much smooth and understood to the employee, so that the HR can convey the policies and resolve the issues of the employee. Second, empathy and emotional intelligence also plays a very important role in this. Understanding emotions of the employee helps build trust and manage team dynamics effectively. Now, if we take an example, an employee is disturbed by various factors in the company. He's not getting any response from the HR. His work is hampering. He's not putting 100% effective dedication to his work. The company is going to suffer. His work individually is going to suffer, and the productivity is going to go to zero. So the HR has to understand that he has to give that belief to the employee that he is understanding his emotions, and he is going to help him in every aspect and parameter which he needs to be taken care of, which gives him help to build trust with the HR and manage the team dynamics effectively, so that whenever next time the employee has any problem, without any hindrance, he directly goes to the HR and tries to get his problem solved. Ethical decision making. HR must make fair and transparent decisions that reflect organization integrity. That means an HR should not be biased. His decisions should be ethical. His decisions should be perfect so that they match the style of the employee, where he feels transparent, where he feels that he is not going to get negotiated on anything. He will be lended heirs for whatever XYZ problem he is having, and he is going to get a proper decision, is going to reflect on it, and the organization's integrity is also going to get maintained. So all these key HR skills are to be managed by the HR. Problem solving abilities. Quick and thoughtful resolution should be there. Whenever an employee comes up through mail, through verbal, through one-to-one discussion with the HR should be quick enough to give a thoughtful resolution to the employee, and he should understand his concerns, and he should make him capable of knowing that his concerns are going to be critically taken care of, and he's harmony in the workplace is going to get maintained. His thought process, his problem is not going to get shared with any next person or any next employee. It is secretly going to be shared with the HR. The HR is going to take care of the problem, and he is going to maintain the decorum of the company, and the workplace harmony also gets maintained. Teamwork and collaboration. HR works with all departments to ensure cohesive and aligned functioning. HR works with all departments. HR's ability should be there to work with all the departments and ensure that every functional department is taken care of at the same time. No negligence is being taken into consideration. Organizational and planning skills. Efficient planning helps manage recruitment, training, and performance reviews smoothly. If an organization has a planned skill program, that planned skill program is going to help the HR prove efficiency, and plan help manage recruitment every time, and training programs as well, which is going to give growth and enhance the employees and programs smoothly. That means a proper agenda should be there for recruitment, for training, and for performance reviews, so that the company works smoothly. I hope I have been very clearly making understood the key HR skills which need to be maintained by every HR in any organization. Strong communication skills, empathy and emotional intelligence, ethical decision making, problem solving abilities, teamwork and collaboration, organization planning skills. These are the bullet points which every HR skills should be taken care of to maintain exchange information, and essential converting policies should be there. Understanding emotions helps build a great team with the employee. HR must make a fair and transparent decision. Quick and thoughtful resolutions are always appreciated. HR works with all departments to ensure cohesive and aligned functioning. Efficient planning helps manage recruitment, training, and performance reviews smoothly. Coming to the next slide, communication in HR. How should we talk about the communication in HR? Communication means to communicate, to talk about. Clear and conscious verbal communication is a very important major factor in communication in HR. The second is effective listening skills. The third is conflict management and resolution. The fourth is writing HR policies and documentation. And the fifth one would be interpersonal skills for team interactions. Now in this slide, we are going to talk about communication through HR. How is it going to be possible? And HR needs to keep a clear and cautious. Cautious means awareness. Verbal communication. That means HR must speak clearly and effectively during interviews, meetings, and conflict decisions. If there is an interview, the HR should be focused with the employee whom he is taking to the company about the HR policies, about the detailing in HR. He should be very clear with the interviewer. If he is in a meeting, his meeting should be very precise. He should be very clear and focused on whatever he is trying to explain and describe. And if there is any conflict in the team for the company with the employee, the conflict discussion should be very much focused. Effective listening skills. Listening helps HR understand employees' issues and respond empathetically. That means HR should have and lend an ear to the employee to listen to his problem, very focused and oriented on what he is trying to make you understand. That means an HR should have the feedback and understanding of listening to the employee so that he comes with a proper response and effectively empathizes it. Conflict management and resolution. Clear communication is a vital to mediate and resolve disputes. That means an HR should be having conflict management and resolution. Clear communication is a vital to mediate and resolve disputes. It is very important for the HR to understand the conflict management and communicate to the employee for closing the disputes. Writing HR policies and documentations. That means accurate written communication is the key for policies, job descriptions, and memos. And HR should be accurate in written communication because that is the key to the policies. The policies are already made. The policies made should be implemented, should be put forward to the employees through HR in a very perfect manner. The job description should be perfect and the memos should be oriented. Interpersonal skills. Talking about interpersonal skills for team interactions means building rapport and maintaining positive workplace relationships is essential. It is very important for an HR to maintain a rapport with the employee so that next time if he solves the problem of the employee, if he comes up with a proper solution to the employee without hesitation comes up to the HR next time and HR maintains a positive feedback to the employee. Workplace relationships are maintained. So communication plays a very important role in HR. The HR needs to be clear, needs to be effective, needs to be conflict resolution, needs to be writing HR policies and documentation properly, and interpersonal skills also need to be maintained. Coming to the next slide, we are going to talk about empathy in HR. Understanding employees' perspectives, HR must see situations from the employee's viewpoint to provide fair solutions. It is very important. See, what happens most of the times, two people sitting on two corners of the table have their different perspectives, have their different viewpoints. So it is very important for an HR to understand the situation of the employee so that he comes with the productive results and fair solutions. It is very mandatory. Building trust and rapport is again a very important factor. Empathy fosters deeper connections and credibility with the employees. We should be able to create a creditability and a connection with the employee, listening to the employee's problems, understanding the employee's problem, lending ears to the employees, then giving a feedback, positive feedback to the employee that the HR is going to take care of his problem, understanding the problem through the employee with the department and many other various people, investigating the problem, understanding the problem and coming up with the right solution is going to help the HR build a strong and a better connection with the employee. Providing emotional support during challenges. Employee support is very important where HR has to play a very important and a major role. He has to support the employee during personal and professional hardships. That builds loyalty. If an HR has the potential to professionally and personally stand by the employee, he can automatically build loyalty and trust with the employee, and the company can automatically grow, and HR can create a seat of perfection and professionalism in the hardships and personal relationship factors with the employees. Creating an inclusive workplace. Empathy and encourages sensitivity to diversity and inclusions. Creativity and inclusive workplace. Empathy encourages sensitivity and diversity in conclusions. Encouraging open dialogue and empathetic HR encouragement employees to express opinions and concerns freely. Any HR should have the empathy with the employee to openly understand his problem, giving him that space where he can speak up with all the concerns he has freely to the HR, so that no doubts are created in the employee's mind and in the HR's decision making. Everything is clear and through the proper channel, so that the free communication and opinions are created. Now, in this slide, we talked about understanding employees' perceptions, building trust and rapport with the employee. Then, we talked about providing emotional support during challenges, creating an inclusive workplace, and encouraging open dialogue with the employee. Thank you.